Musculature. Good things to know. Okay. First of all, what is this ligament? Right there. Nuchal ligament. N-U-C-H-A-L. Welcome to the party. Primary spinal support, it goes from the occiput on down to C7. N-U-C-H-A-L. Nuchal. All right, so next thing we have is the occipitofrontalis muscle. So you'll find some people who get headaches from the attachment. Like they'll get headaches, and you can typically relieve those by relieving stress out of the upper traps. But they'll get banded headaches either all the way up through the front or all the way around through the front. And this can be musculature, because what we have is really a whole series of muscles on the top of the head that interconnect through fascia and other attachments through the occiput. So if we have a lot of tension in the upper cervical region that's pulling the head back, pulling the head up, and this is all really tight, it's going to be attaching onto these muscles up here, which is going to make them unhappy and displeased as well. So release a lot of tension to splenius capitis, upper traps, and we've got the capacity to take away headaches that are triggering muscle pain up high. So it's not always like arterial pressure or arterial pain in the skull. A lot of times it's just the muscles we're playing with up in here. So occipitofrontalis is two distinct muscles, one in the front, one in the back, that are connected by a band of ligamentous tissue. Bless you. Next one is the temporalis, which is off through the side right in through here. Good things to know in terms of, again, massage. It makes things release a lot. People carry a lot of tension in through here and get headaches. The auricularis is superior and inferior. No, anterior. Inferiors. Oh, that's posterior.
That was oblique? No, it's not.
So posterior, anterior, and superior. What I'm hoping from and going through this, because there's so terribly much, I don't expect innervation at this point. There's things that we'll do when we do cranial nerve assessment, to where you can lump them together and assess them through the cranial nerves. I'm not ever going to come in and have you do the manual muscle test for the orbicularis oris. Can you move your mouth? Just give me a duck face, please. Okay, so there's a lot going on, but recognizing where some of these are is helpful. So recognizing they exist is good. Because you have your orbicularis oculi, your orbicularis oris, and then you have a whole slew of muscles that come through that help move different portions and controls around, as well as the nasalis. I mean, to what extent do I want to go?
Forget those eye muscles.
What's that?
Eye muscles?
Main ones: occipitofrontalis, temporalis, your masseter, your buccinator. Oops, masseter, buccinator. There he is, right there. Okay. Those help a lot with the control of the mouth function. The masseter is definitely one of the strongest muscles in the body. It doesn't fatigue very quickly. We have a platysma down here, which helps control. It attaches into the fascia of the upper chest. And if we can dig ourselves deep into the eyeball, way into the eyeball, we have our left eye. Hide the left eye. Because then we have your lateral rectus, your inferior rectus, your medial rectus, and these are controlling eye motions.
Medial.
And there's a
lateral.
superior in there too. Let me find him. He's right there. I see you. There he goes. Superior. Superior rectus, superior oblique, medial, lateral, and inferior. And as we go through cranial nerve assessments, that's when you start figuring out that there's a slightly different innervation for each of these, and we'll play with those in a moment. So there's your optic nerve coming out, poking right through your eyeball right there. Drew, there's something blue in your eye. All right. Okay, so what do I want to do? Let's get back into here. We have, how do we smell?
Don't we each have like our own smell?
Huh?
Don't we each have like our own smell?
when you do have a smell, but we've tried not to talk about that in class. We just felt that was a little awkward.
Well, I did shower this morning, so
Just saying. How do we smell? Would you believe it that it's not,
We smell good.
I always smell good.
it's not something that science all agrees on?
Isn't it,
What?
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 I just do this.
Science doesn't agree on everything.
Science agrees on
So
lots of
true.
things.
Science can agree to that.
So, this is one of those times that they haven't quite figured out exactly how this whole process works. So we have the olfactory nerve that comes in, it goes to the cribriform plate, if you remember all those fun, happy terms, up and through here. And so you've got these like finger-like projections that come out and they, boom, they trigger smell for us.
Cool.
So the cool thing is there's a whole series of research out there that's trying to associate the vibrations of the molecules that trigger the sense of the smell. So it's not like a lock and key like our neurotransmitters and stuff. It's actually to where the vibration of individual molecules and how the carbon fits with the oxygen, with the hydrogen, and their individual positions and how those kind of shake that triggers your body to kind of your brain to kind of perceive that as a unique smell, which is really interesting.
Like enchiladas vibrate differently.
Enchiladas vibrate differently from, say, ice cream. Throw a little skunk essence in there too, and then your nose is going all over the place.
Isn't it intertwined with taste as well? Smell and
Yeah,
taste?
smell and taste are deeply connected, and those both are actually really connected with memory, with how it's processed in the brain. So, complete side note, we'll survive that. So, all right, ear, auditory. We have sound waves that come in through your external auditory meatus. They kind of hit your eardrum, which vibrates the drum. We end up having 3 small bones, very small bones, in the middle ear section, anvil, stapes, and stirrup. Thank you. Stirrup, anvil, and stapes. As I'm staring at the little dude right there. He's hiding right there. So very small bones. If you end up having sclerosis of those to where they kind of meld together and they become one connected bone, then we have issues in hearing loss. Within that goes into our vestibular section back through here, which you've got 3 archways that help your body understand its balance center. And so when the nerve comes in, which is right here, it's the vestibulocochlear nerve. So this vestibular section is actually helping to control and assess balance, and the cochlear part is this curling shell that we have that then gives us sound off of the vibrations from those small bones, which come vibrations off your eardrum. Now this is also connected to the eustachian tube, which goes in and drains into the sinus cavities. And so if those eustachian tubes get clogged, filled, plugged, then we can start having too much pressure build up in here, which messes with our vestibular system. And you can have people wake up and they get out of bed and they take 2 steps and they walk straight into a wall. Because if we end up blocking those and that pressure gets off, it messes up your body's internal ability to assess balance, which is an issue.
Have you had an ear irrigation before?
Have I? I've seen it done.
That gets you pretty dizzy.
Yeah.
Just
I
'cause
mean,
it keeps
anytime
doing
you're,
that, the pressure.
anytime you're messing with the pressure system in there, it's going to cause some uniqueness. All right, so cranial nerves, there's 12 of them. Cranial nerves. All right, so components, as we go through,